Hey guys, it is Finia. That is of course FYWN, and wow, I'm so happy Manchester United have actually won the Manchester Derby. That has caught me off so much. But before I get too far into this, I do just want to mention some 3 negative things about this, about the game that did happen. Before I get into the positive things, just get some negative things out of the way, But before I get into that, I do want to say, if you do enjoy my content, please do subscribe. Trying to reach 300 subscribers by the end of this year would be much appreciated. First thing I do want to bring up is I find it disgusting that fans can throw something at players and get away with it. Of course, we saw that in that corner with Fred, and I think that's disgusting. I mean, no matter who the team is in this situation, it was Manchester City, their fans threw, I think it looked like lighters at Fred. That is absolutely disgusting. At what point does the Manchester City team or the captain or someone just stand in the way between the fans and the players and say stop, and we won't continue playing until you guys stop? I find it really disgusting, and there need to be punishments for this. Of course, there's that whole thing with verbal racism when it comes to verbal abuse, that they will be fined or they will be banned for life as a fan. And I think the same thing should happen if they throw something and try to physically hurt a player. And the problem is there's not enough that actually impacts them as fans, because when you see stuff like, oh, a team's been fined for this, it doesn't really affect the fans too much, and only slightly when they get banned for life, because they can still watch it on TV. What I believe should happen in a situation like that is, if it's league football, they should get 3 to 6 or whatever amount of points deducted from that, so that the team takes a heavy blow for it to prevent fans from doing that. Or in an international stage, like we saw racism against players of England, a team should be automatically disqualified for being able to compete in that competition. Second bad thing of the game I do want to talk about is Pereira's nasty tackle when he came on straight away. It wasn't a big factor in the game, but I just wanted to say, I think any kind of malicious tackle without actually having an attempt to get the ball, without having that in mind, with just trying to get the player down, I think should be a red card. I'm just saying that because if it happened against Manchester United, that's what I believe should happen. If there's no intent of getting the ball, it should be a red card. Third thing I do want to say is, I do think there should have been 2 penalties to Manchester City. I know lots of United fans will boo me. McTominay's, of course, was just off his chest. That I don't believe was. There was one off of Lindelof and there was one off of Shaw. Now I heard the commentators say, yeah, but of course it would be very harsh because it came off their foot and went there, or they tried to put the arms away and it hit there. To me, the rule is, if it hits the ball, no matter whether it was intended to or not, it's a penalty. No matter how harsh, if the ball hits your arm, it's a penalty, to make it fair for everyone. Now, of course, as a Manchester United fan, I am saying that because I do not want to be that kind of fan who will celebrate it if it works for our team and then boos it if it doesn't work for our team. I think it should be fair for everyone. Now, getting into the team, my man of the match, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Without a doubt, the man just really composed, and he showed how much he's developed since he's joined Manchester United. Without a doubt, in my opinion, his best game in a Manchester United jersey. He just showed a beautiful level of composure, and his slide tackles, his interceptions, everything, and it was such a beautiful clash between him and Sterling. I found that just really good competition between them, and I loved it so much. Sterling, of course, almost had a shot at goal, but luckily we just got it away from him, and Wan-Bissaka just nicked the ball away from him. Super happy about that, and I think Manchester City would have stood a better chance if they had Sergio Aguero, which I'm so grateful he is injured, which I am sorry to say because I don't normally like saying that. And of course, this takes a big blow to my Premier League prediction, because I did put City winning this. If you don't know, I do weekly Premier League predictions and fantasy team. I'll put the link to that in the comment section down below. You guys can check that out. But talking about English right backs, Kyle Walker was an absolute beast. So much strength, so much pace, and showed why he has been for so long England's #1 right back. And now I do want to ask you guys, as my question of the video, who do you guys think is the best English right back at the moment, or who do you think will be the main right back, or who should be for the Euros next year? Do you think it should be Wan-Bissaka, Trent Alexander-Arnold, or Kyle Walker? You guys can pick between those because they're all really good at the moment. Midfield, Kevin De Bruyne didn't do as much as we normally do see from him. It was very odd. Of course, Jesus didn't show as much as was expected from him. Of course, Rashford scored a goal, been on absolute fire, is in the top 4 for the top scorers so far in the Premier League season, which I'm ecstatic about. I didn't expect that. Martial did score a goal. Daniel James got an assist. Did very, very well, but did get tired by Angelino a tiny bit during the game. But at the end of the day, I think the sloppiness from Manchester City's defence let them down. Of course, they didn't have Laporte, who's a major factor for them. Zinchenko, I think, would have been a major factor from them. And once upon a time, there used to be a player called Benjamin Mendy who used to play for City wherever he went. But I do have to say, there was sloppiness from Stones that did let them down. Of course, I mean, you just had to just have that overall. I just found them very, very good at times, Manchester City, but they just didn't have enough to beat us. And I do have to say, Otamendi, I think that was a great sub to bring him on. Unfortunately, maybe a bit too late. I would have started him even if he wasn't the fittest of the bunch. Although Lingard didn't score, he didn't make that many runs, he showed huge signs of improvement for me. He had shots on target, which is actually all I want from him, because the more shots you take, the more likely one is to at least go in. Other midfielders, Fred, you have changed completely. I'm so proud of you. Just defensively, you did really well. I'm sorry about the abuse you took. No one should take that kind of abuse. Scott McTominay, of course, beautiful game. Of course, I was worried that was going to be an early pen. I really, really was. But otherwise, his blocking and him just getting in the way. And for a man of such a big size, I do have to say he wins a lot of fouls, which I'm always very, very pleased with. David De Gea, excellent game. I'm so sorry there was no clean sheet there. It was just, of course, Otamendi had that momentum and just got that header, which he did score because Wan-Bissaka just wasn't physically stronger than him. There's nothing he really could have done, and Otamendi had that run up. Maybe Wan-Bissaka could have held him down. But yeah, I do have to say, De Gea, great game. I'm sorry you didn't get that clean sheet. Overall, I'm very, very happy with this Manchester United team. I didn't really expect that. But the problem is, with the last 10 minutes, if Manchester City score a goal, they're very likely to catch up and get that win. But yeah, I do think Manchester City's title race is now over. There are now 14 points behind Liverpool, and lots of people say, well, it is Manchester City. It's very possible. I mean, Liverpool have only lost 2 points since the beginning of the season, and it's almost halfway. They're not going to miss out on another 14, and that's assuming Manchester City get all the rest of their points. I really just don't see it happening, and I do see Liverpool probably winning. I mean, I do kind of back Leicester to maybe give it a shot, but at the end of the day, I do have to give it to Liverpool. But at the end of the day, a very competitive game. And as I said, I did make a video earlier today talking about if United stood a chance. And everything I did mention was a big factor. Instead of doing kind of sloppy passes, we played smart. We kind of slowed the game down, and I'm happy Shaw played instead of Williams. I'm glad Shaw is back, and because compared to him and Young, Shaw really just, instead of making a fast counter attack, at times Shaw will slow down the game to make sure he gets the perfect pass, and that is all you need. Look, just in general from our defense, our clearing was absolutely shocking. When we were in the box, it just went straight to a City player, it just went straight up, exactly like just really not at all what we needed. Our centre backs, I think Maguire had a great defensive game. Lindelof, wow, extremely good game, really well composed. Of course, he did give it to Sterling at a stage where Sterling almost got that goal, but yeah, at the end of the day, I think we put enough pressure on them to get it, and yeah, I'm very happy. But knowing Manchester United beating Spurs and beating City, we're probably going to lose to Alkmaar in the Europa League in our next game. But I do have to say, I'm not disappointed in Manchester United by any means, performance-wise, because as I said, I think City should have gotten 2 penalties, so then they would have won if they did get those, but they didn't. That's football. You can't keep saying if, because then there's a whole chain of events that can happen. But you know what? I'm very happy. Rashford on hot form. Our team is really improving. And as I said, we were able to do this without Paul Pogba. At the end of the day, I'm very happy. As I also said, I'm planning on doing a Manchester United career mode very soon on FIFA 20, and I'd love to ask you guys who you guys think I should use as a manager. I put a poll in my previous videos, but you guys can comment. Just put it in the section down below in the comment section. Who do you think I should manage Manchester United as? Do you think I should manage it as Wayne Rooney, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Marouane Fellaini? Do you think I should use Nani? Do you think I should use Schweinsteiger? Do you think I should use Tim Howard? An ex-Manchester United legend. I would love to use Fellaini as well. He's the Manchester United legend. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Of course, subscribe for more Manchester United content. As I said, I'm going to try to do daily videos now. I'm very happy with the Manchester United team's performance. And wow, let's just see see if we can actually step up from here, because as the commentators said, winning against Tottenham, winning against City, it looks like it could be the old Manchester United, but momentum is key, and I hope we keep it up. Guys, I love every single one of you. This has been Finn, FYNN. Stay awesome. Cheers.